Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I hope everyone is doing well. Let's all turn our cameras on so we feel like we're actually in a group with other people. Anne, nice to see you. Elise, Sonia, good morning. Jess, always good to have you here. Omar, Annie. All right, so I could not be more excited about our conversation today and what we have to share with you. And first and foremost, I do want to apologize for anyone on here and everyone else that sent an email. You know, we do value our team's work-life balance, and we do realize that ending things on Fridays can pose somewhat of a challenge. So we wanted to really just take our time today to have more also of an interactive conversation. I know in a lot of these webinars, you hear a lot of information, but you don't always get to ask the questions that are important to you. And what I always find helpful is having other agents that are in the field be able to share with you what we're using, how they're using it. Because in the end, if one agent can do it, you can do it too. So we have Jess Sigmund here from us who works in Westchester and Fairfield County, and she's going to be sharing with you exactly how she's used what we're going to share today to grow her business. So let me share my screen and we'll get started. So today here, we're going to introduce end-to-end the Compass selling system. And really our goal as a company and me as an individual is making the hard parts easy. I would say that being an agent in today's real estate market is arguably the most challenging career field in the world. And anyone that wants to sit down with me for maybe 180 seconds, I can explain it, because there's no other single job that requires someone to be a salesperson, a customer service person, a marketing person, an operations person, a salesperson, an accountant, a people manager. These are all in any different corporate entity, all different jobs. But as a realtor and a sales advisor, this is what you do every day. And one of the biggest challenges is that people don't know what you do every day. There's no clear system. There's no streamlined process. So we're constantly reacting to our phones, our clients. And look, everyone got into this business for freedom, flexibility, and limitless income. And I find that people are working 24 hours a day. They feel trapped in what they do. And some of us have the money we want and some of us don't. And even those that have achieved that level of success, it comes at a cost. Right? So hit yes in the chat if you're a parent. Is the chat open? Okay, let's get an idea here. And hit yes in the chat if you want to have a life outside of real estate. That should be all of us. And what I find is when you have repeatable and predictable systems, you can have a life, you can be more present. You're not tied to your phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it's been my mission in life to share a process with people so they don't ultimately repeat some of the same mistakes that I made. So my name is Chirag Shah. I'm the founder of Chirag Shah Coaching. At the heart of who I am is a realtor. I got my license when I was 23 years old. If you type my name into YouTube, you'll see a 23-year-old kid with really tacky suits, because that's all I could afford, talking in front of a whiteboard, trying to build my brand. And you could tell I looked like I was 12 and I had no idea what I was doing. I spent the last 17 years of my life in real estate. So I'm 40 years old, so it's almost half my adult life. And I sold real estate actively for 13 years. I ran a brokerage. I managed people. My company was acquired by Compass. I did 2 years as a Compass employee as a director of coaching and training. There's nothing that exists here that I've not made training on nationally. And over the course of the last 3 years, we started Chirag Shah Coaching, a company exclusively for Compass agents. And through the fortunate blessings of Robert, Rory, the leadership team at Compass, and most importantly, all of you who are part of our community, we've grown to having over 3,000 agents engaged in our program, over 28 states, 8 full-time staff members, 6 of whom used to work at Compass, and 6 coaches. And the reason that's important is because everything that we share is built specifically for this brokerage, specifically for the billion-dollar technology platform. And it's something that a Compass agent, or many Compass agents in our case, are doing around the company successfully, the country. And I'll share a quick personal story. So when my daughter's 7 now, and my son's 9, soon to be 10. So when my son was born, I went to every doctor's appointment, naps, I woke up for every nighttime feeding. I put him to bed. Some of the best memories of my life. But then when my daughter was being born, I thought since I had a princess, I had to give this girl the whole world. And in reality, it was probably the worst set of life decisions I ever made. I fell victim to this hustle and grind culture. So I thought if I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, went to the gym at 4:30, worked out, was in the office early, worked 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I was going to build this amazing thing. And do you know how kids spell love? Attention. My memories of my daughter are actually quite the opposite of my son. If I picked my daughter up, she would cry. She would scream. I could hand her to Ann Alvarez, and she'd have a better chance of her getting along than I did. No nighttime feedings. I don't have any memories of giving her a bottle. No naps, nothing. And we have videos of her coming home going, away me, away me, away me. Why? Because I was operating unplanned. There wasn't a system. There wasn't any of this. And so years later, my daughter says to me, Daddy, I was really mean to you when I was little. And I'm thinking, oh, wow, like she's coming around and realizing this was on her. And what she said to me next in that moment has changed my life and is really the main driver and why I do what I do. She goes, Daddy, I was mean to you because you were a stranger and you worked all the time and you were never here. And so when people are parents and people want to have a life, it's very easy in this business to fall victim to it. 90% of the time you'll ever spend with your kids is gone by the time they're 18 years old. And in life, we take the people that we have most for granted. You know, recently, a year ago, I got divorced. So my time now is split with my kids, but now that 90% really becomes even higher because I only have them half the time. So what I'm sharing with you today is my heart and my passion. And I believe that everyone can unlock their promise and build a business that fits into their life and not trying to have a life in a business. Because when you get to that place that's at the end of life, whenever that is for you, you're never going to wish that you had another deal. You're never going to wish that you had another client. You're sure as hell going to never wish that you did another open house. You're going to live off of memory and fulfillment. And everything that we've built here today is for you to have these things. So I'm going to share with you what you guys are signing up for essentially at the end of the day. And it's what I call the future of coaching. And it's called the single platform concept. So you came to Compass because prior to coming to Compass, you would run your business in 10 to 12 different tools in one place. Well, coaching really works for the same concept. If you look at coaching, it's 10 to 12 different things that you need to really learn to grow your business depending on where you are. Whether you want to grow a team, grow your social media, master the art of sales and having effective conversations, hiring, branding, training and admin, maximizing the $1 billion Compass platform, being an effective leader, email marketing, building your business, being a CEO, lead generation, all of these are different programs. And the challenge you have here is it's like going to 12 different people to get ingredients for a recipe to make a cake that tastes a certain way. So we will build what is known as a single platform in coaching. So yes, you're going to sign up. You're going to sign up for the end-to-end Compass selling system. But what you're signing up literally at our bottom tier entry level is the future of coaching. It's a single platform. So all of these things over the next 12 months will be built into this program at no additional cost. We believe that coaching should be like real estate. You should be able to run your business on one platform based on one operating system. So using multiple coaching programs is like trying to run a cell phone on Android, iOS, and Microsoft and hoping that it runs seamlessly. So does that make sense to all of you guys, right? Raise your hand. This is what we're going towards. It's the same reason that you're at Compass, and everything here will be employees that we have working for a company, essentially just listening and working to you. And as Jess reminds me all the time, the best part about this program for her is that we keep updating it with content. This is not something that we're ever going to let be built once and go stale. As the market changes, there are new trends, there's new things like ChatGPT that come out. There are different things that you need, but there needs to be one, a baseline of client experience. The buying experience and the selling experience is the lifeline of your business. 80 to 90% of the business that agents get at Compass are from their past clients and centers of influence. So if you really can't master end to end for buying and selling, then there's nothing to scale, and all these different things are how you scale. So we want to put it all into one place. So I could not be more excited to introduce a dear friend, a client, someone that I actually recruited to Compass. And so Jess is a top producing agent in Westchester and Fairfield County. She's been featured in Real Trends, and she's grown her business 400% using the Compass selling system. When she came here, she did about 12 million. She does about 60 million consistently. She has a team now. And the most important thing is now she went from this 24/7 grind and hustle culture to actually having a life, a boyfriend, being able to travel. And her mindset is just filled with abundance before where it was always worried about where the next deal was. Jess? Oop.
Hi. All right. Hi, everybody. And thank you, Chirag, for having me in that really nice welcome.
What I want you to do is actually share with them, and I'm going to have you chime in as we go along, because I know you use all of this stuff. It's worked well. Like, I'll share the tech video and you can share how you use it. I'll be very interactive, but on a high level, share like to you what this system is, how it's worked, how you've used it, and how it's not only grown your business, but giving you more time back in your day.
The simple explanation of the new system that Chirag is putting out is that it's very inexpensive for what you're getting. So basically, I don't know where you are at the sign up now. Is it still $200 a month, Chirag?
We're getting close to closing out the tier soon. I think Andrew has some emails letting people know.
Okay, so it's $200 a month to have templates and tools and to understand how to work business tracker. And there's so many incredible things for such a little bit of money. So that's my favorite part about it. So for me, like, the templates have been huge. If I'm running or wanting to do something, instead of taking 10 minutes to write an email, it takes me 30 seconds now to go onto my template, pull it off of Chirag's, put it into a system, and it goes, So what Compass has done, and what I love that Chirag has done equally, is made everything so easy and seamless to use. And there's just so many and what my other favorite thing that he does is he's taken all of the information from some of the top agents in the country and put it into this system. So you're getting collectively a ton of stuff that you can use that Chirag has created, but also a ton of other agents. So it's just $200 a month is nothing for what you're getting in this. I love it personally.
So share with them some of the success stories that you've actually had over like the last few weeks in the things that you've used. Because I remember you're on a live cast with us and you're like, oh, this is a good reminder to use this. And I actually just used this on my pitch and I won and my clients are happy.
Yeah, this is a real story. So I was talking to Chirag about this last night and how we've been on these panels for a couple of weeks now. But if you're sitting on this panel and you're going to learn something to just take with you to your next listing, that's what also should be your incentive on this call, because that's what I did. So last week we were in Westport when Rory was on the Zoom call with Chirag, and I sat there and I had a listing presentation at 2:00, and I think the call was like 11 or 12. And I was listening to Chirag and listening to him pitch his end-to-end program. And part of this end-to-end program, which you guys are going to see, he has basically it's a graph, and it shows what you can control, what your sellers can control, and then what neither of you can control. And I was like, wow, that is so cool, because it's so true. So what I can control is the marketing, the photography, making sure I'm communicating with offers, negotiating, all that awesome stuff. What my seller can control is prepping their listing, getting it painted, getting it staged, getting it ready. What we can't control, obviously, is the market, the interest rates, anything that's out of our complete control. So when I left our presentation, I went to my listing presentation and I went through this with my client. He was a finance guy, and it spoke to him. Like, he loved it. He was like, this is just an easy thing to think about. So that you're going to see in this. The other thing that Chirag has that he's going to present today is his communication plan. The communication plan for me has helped me be able to build my business, because now I have a structure with my communication that Chirag has helped me create, and I'm able to have a lot more clients, right? Because I'm not spending all my time on one client. So just pay attention to that in this presentation, because those are the two favorites that I got out of it.
And also the confusion that you used to have and the anxiety you had and how to enter a contact into the CRM.
Yes. I mean, I think all of us, I don't know about all of us, but a lot of us probably on this call have the same thing as me. It's like, once you've gotten so many clients, it's hard to go back, right? It's like, it's hard to go back to try to figure out how to implement these thousands of clients. So what this system does now is it really helps make it less stressful and less overwhelming. And you'll see that in this as well.
You know, the nice part is that we've learned is that technology is the biggest challenge in it because it's up for interpretation on how you use it. So having a prescriptive way of use it, like from initial contact to closing, we want to be able to tell you, here are the 5 tags you use. And my famous quote is, the whole point of documenting anything is so that you can make future decisions off of it. So we want to make sure that when you're going through a transaction, you have everything. So when you have to reach out to your client, you have to send a gift, you want to give them a call, you have all this information. I think the part that agents always forget, and I remember being a realtor, this really speaks to me, is you call, email, and text these people all the time. The chances of people only talking to you about real estate and nothing in their life is very slim. So we have all of this personal information, and really that's what marketers want, right? They want personal information on how to connect with people, how to engage with them, how to speak their language. But then we always end up stuck because we don't write this down somewhere, right? So if you look at it, all this information generally is in your head, random text messages, random emails, some stuff in the CRM, some stuff in Business Tracker. And my favorite part is the notes section of your phone. So building a repeatable, predictable, and scalable business becomes very challenging. So everything, like literally, Anne, when you, and I'm using Anne because I know her well, and she's on my screen. When you go from the second that you meet a client to closing, every single thing you could humanly think of is done for you, and it'll tell you how to do. If we could write the email, it's written for you. When you use the tools, we'll show you the exact buttons to push. All right, so let's get into this. Look, in the end of the day, there's 3 realtors to every listing. So today, being prepared not only to perfect your pitch and have 5-star client experience is more important than ever before. So how are you going to win listings? How do you get paid a full commission? And ultimately, how do you not lose out to discounters and commission cutters? You know, if you're in markets like San Diego, 60% of the market share is Compass. But here's the thing, when you can clearly articulate your pitch and you know a system that you can share with clients, you can win more listings, get a full commission, earn more money, have an actual life, and ultimately have clients for a lifetime. Look, all of us go back to the same restaurants, the same resorts, and the same places all the time because we love the experiences they create. They're repeatable and predictable. And as a direct result, we become raving fans. Now, I want all of you to think, and I want you to write down and share in the chat. If you had a repeatable and predictable experience for your clients that was done for you, that was easy to delegate, that you never had to think about, and was constantly updated, I want you to write 2 things. 1, I want you to write how much more money do you think you'd make? Or 2, how much more free time do you have? Drop it in the chat. $2x, 300K, 10 hours, triple my income, 100K plus. Look, in the end of all of this, it is how are you going to make your life easier? Jess, one person says, how do you really have more time? I want you to answer that question.
I mean, just like exactly what I told you. So with the templates, when I'm overthinking or trying to decide how to respond to, say, a seller, Chirag in his end-to-end program has a template that he has created where I can actually go into it, pull it, copy and paste it. Obviously, I'm going to edit a little bit into my wording because everybody has a different approach and a different touch in how they speak. But that was one of the biggest ones for me. Also, learning the communication plan, like I said, the last one, that one is the biggest one I would say for me, because before I would work 24/7. I didn't have a communication plan. Anybody could call me, write me, text me, need me at any time. And now that I have the communication plan that I've worked through, and just so everybody knows, I've been coaching with Chirag for 4 years. So I started with private coaching. Then I went off to his playbook, to his mastermind, and now this. So this is all, I've invested. I think somebody asked why, if you're at Compass, do you have to pay for this? You don't have to pay for it. It's a choice, right? So I chose to pay for it, which is why my business has, to me, gotten to where it has. I chose to invest into my business. You can easily not pay for it, and you can just use the tools that are amazing that Compass already has. But this is a separate connection to Compass. This is Chirag Shah, what he's created. So that's why I pay for it. So those are the things that the communication plan, there's so many things that I'd be happy to talk through. Anybody, if you want to email me or call me or jump on a Zoom together to kind of talk more personally about what I've done with this. But I can tell you that who I was 4 years ago when Chirag and I first came to Compass to who I am now are completely different. I didn't have any time before, and now I do.
So thank you. If you look at this, what you're here for is a Compass Sec, how the systems and the strategy is really what we focus on. And the why is really, we want to deliver more value to your clients. So there's 3 groups of people that this really speaks to: team leaders, principal agents, and team members. Now, team leaders, we found a lot of them are signing up for like our lifetime legacy founding member access. And really, you can have up to 10 seats for one single price. And look, we have team memberships. There's a certain amount of them. Once they're done, they're done. But this is an individual-based program. Now, one of the main benefits for team leaders is, how do I delegate a percentage of this out so I can repurpose my time reaching out to clients, having meetings, and really building my business? Or easily able to delegate the day-to-day tasks and it's mapped out in templates and checklists. We're working through a whole team leader section. And when we do this, it's not just our ideas. We have some of the top clients in the entire country as agents, and we'll sit down and work with them, and they'll build these checklists for us. Because we'll say, hey, Gretchen Coley, who's the #1 medium team in North Carolina, how do you need this to be broken down so your admin and your staff could do it? She'll tell us, she'll work with her team. And that's what we share with you. You have pre-written comms for your entire team. So there's a consistent brand and voice. And ultimately, we can train you. Compass will show you how the entire tool works. We want to show you our specific strategy that Jess and hundreds of agents have used. Now, if you're a principal agent, there's some people that might just want to pay one time and just be done with it. Now, agents want step-by-step systems for running a transaction start to finish. And ultimately, they want email scripts that are copy and paste, tool training, the words to say, how to say them, how to practice. And the same thing for team members, right? You really want to learn how to perfect your pitch, the tools, the technology, the customer service, and not spend years figuring it out. So if you're sitting here, ask yourself this question: how many times and how much money have you lost out in your life because you can't answer an objection, which is a clarifying question? How many times have you showed up on a pitch or you've not known exactly how to pitch a client to win because you don't know how to ask the right questions? When someone asks you, what's a real estate technology and like, how does your company benefit me over another one? What do you say without vomiting a mouthful? All of these different things are solved for you. And the nice part about our program is we're actively looking for new things that are scalable around the country to update the program with. So someone asked about the special questions or scenarios. This is what I want to tell you. Custom is not scalable. And as an agent, we all need to have standards of who we're working with and who we're not working with. When a system works 90% of the time, those 10% of those other situations, they're either solved for in the beginning or you're not in that situation. But we do have 8 live technology training sessions a week. And that's our way of using the tools, just the buttons to hit. I always tell people it has to be 5 buttons or less. So look, we're all business people. So let's think about ROI. Right now, for 6 months, it's $200. If you want lifetime access, whether you're an individual team or a team member, you can pay one time for $5,000. So if you get one $500,000 listing out of all of the stuff you get out of this program, if you sign up for 6 months, it's 1,000 plus ROI. One listing in your life at $5,000, it's 250%. 750, it's 1,500% plus. At the 5,000, it's 375. If you look at the numbers at $1,200 a month, if it tiers up, If you have anywhere from a 500,000 to 3 million, it's between 1,000 and a 6,000% ROI over 6 months. If any of us gave money to a financial planner, we would be happy with a 10% return today. The greatest investment you'll ever make is in yourself. And for the lifetime people, it's 250% if you get one $500,000 listing in the life of this program. If you get a $3 million listing or 6 $500,000 listings, it's 1,500%. I always say that coaching is in the favor of the person buying it. All you have to do is be able to follow the directions, plug, play, and do your job. Now, if you look at Compass tools, how do we really maximize the value of $1 billion technology platform? What are the exact buttons to hit? How do you pitch? How do you demo? And really, what does it look like? So let's see what an example is. When somebody asks you, what is a real estate technology company? The answers that we hear from our clients are, some have a hard time explaining, they get caught up. Some literally go on 3, 4, 5-minute tangents. But if you told the client that it's a curated, seamless, end-to-end client experience that's powered through our $1 billion technology platform, every single person is going to say, well, can you show me what that platform is? How does it do it? How does it sell my home faster and for more money? Like, they get very intrigued because we're the only company that has a $1 billion tech platform and computer engineers. So here's something we made, and everyone that signs up today can get this as a bonus. It's in our program. There's pre-written emails. Imagine if you could send this to your client, and Jess will share how she uses this to share the value of your Compass technology.
At Compass, we utilize artificial intelligence to instantly and seamlessly create a marketing video of your property. In just minutes, we can then launch a digital advertising campaign on our ad platform across Facebook, Instagram, and Google, targeting the ideal buyer for your home. We're able to measure the results on our proprietary insights report, allowing us to see how many online showings we've had, exactly how long buyers are spending viewing the listing, and where they are located, down to the devices they're searching on. This allows us to further target and pinpoint the right buyers for your home. Compass technology gives us back the time we need to provide our clients with the most seamless experience, from preparation to closing. A Compass agent, a smarter way to sell your home.
So Jess, how do you use that video?
I wasn't sure if you let everybody know that that isn't a Compass video. That's a video you created, which is the really cool part about it. And so I love that you created that video, because I bring that actually on an iPad, and Chirag will always say, invest in an iPad, just invest in an iPad. We're a technology company. So I finally invested in an iPad. So I bring my iPad to my listing presentations, and I play the video. I mean, it's short, it explains, it gets to the point. And that's just one of the millions of things that Chirag, what's the best part about him versus the other coaches, and I'm sure they're all amazing, is that he worked for Compass, right? So we speak the same language. It's very easy to kind of understand the technology, to understand, he was also a realtor, so that makes it easy as well. So he can understand it's like having a therapist in your work every single day for me, and all this stuff that's in it. I was actually just thinking, Chirag, you should ask somebody in the audience to explain what Compass is, because that's kind of my favorite part that you do on this presentation.
Does anyone know what Compass is? Like, if you had to really explain it? Drop in the chat if you could actually explain what Compass is. Buy an extra large iPad. If you have a short, concise answer, I would love to hear what it is.
Tammy, I do a lot of things on my iPad. I go through a lot of before and after pictures that I've taken of things that we've staged. I go through our collections so that people can actually see it in real time, which is another thing that Chirag always says to do. Start a collection for your seller so they can see actively what's coming on the market, what's trading in the market. They can see if you need to have a price reduction. So you can show them all of our technology, which really is what makes us different. I don't know how many people on this call have been to other brokerages, but for me, I've been to other brokerages, and I know the value of of Compass. I know the value of this technology. And what Chirag has done is created a way for me to use all of the technology, especially running a team. He helps me kind of help teach all of my team members as well through his system.
Think about this. If I met a client, they said, what's Compass? I would say Compass is a publicly traded real estate technology company that's invested $1 billion into a proprietary technology platform, allowing me to work more effectively for my clients, helping them sell their homes faster and for more money. So at the end of that, it's a very clear thing. It's publicly traded. It's invested $1 billion into a technology platform. And people are going to say, how does it help you work more effectively? And how does it help you sell your home faster and for more money? And you could adapt it for a buyer. So look, when you deliver the perfect pitch, you need to know how to answer these 4 questions. What makes you different than other agents? How to present your marketing seller knows what you actually are doing, how to get them to list at your actual price that you want, and what does the technology do? Here's the part that everyone misses. If you don't know how to have effective conversations, you're going to lose money every single year. Because if you don't know the art of sales and influence, which is having an effective conversation, the only thing you're competing on is price. Because in pitching, there's perceived value, what we feel we offer, and actualized value, what the people understand we get. So we literally write out every single word to say. From how to pre-qualify, which is our Med C process. You ask people 5 simple questions. I always like to make a joke about this because depending on the tone you use, the pre-qualifying questions could be like an FBI interrogation. What do you talk? Why are you moving? Where are you moving? How soon? How much money do you owe? So it's like, look, selling your home is about as fun as paying taxes, something that no one wants to do, but something you have to do. So what makes this the right time to make a move? What are you excited about as a result of making a move? What are your expectations of an agent you partner with to sell in a home? In an opportunity to meet and exceed your expectations, it's important for us to understand the past disappointments you might have had with brokers or any service providers, so we ensure none of them are repeated during this transaction. And ultimately, do you have any concerns, which are the hidden objections? We show you how to use that exact script to figure out what every seller wants and then be able to share the 3 things that they care about: price, marketing, and communication in that context. These are the only 3 things. But you need to know what to say, how to say it, what materials to present, what point do they hit the button, how to engage them, and ultimately how not to talk the whole time. So Jess talked about the pricing thing, and let's talk about price, marketing, and communication. So if you look at this, I would say, and everyone write this down, instead of saying discussing the pricing of your home, say it like this: prior to discussing the positioning of your home on the market, I would like us to align on one simple concept. Prior to discussing the positioning of your home, right? Positioning of your home is not like price. Price is combative, it's adversarial, it's up for interpretation. When you use the word positioning, it's more elevated, it's more sophisticated, it's more luxury, it's more like an advisor. I would say, Jess, would you agree there are things that you can control as the owner of the home, things that I can control as the agent of the home, and ultimately things that no one can control? Yes. Can you control the price at which you list your home? Yes. The condition of which your home goes on the market? Yes. The terms that you offer to buyers in selling your home? Yes. And ultimately the accessibility, how difficult and easy you make it for agents and buyers to get in? Yes. As the agent you choose to partner with, right? I'm seeding my own sale. Can I control the visual story of your home once it's prepared and ready to be marketed? Yes. Can I control the marketing and advertising plan, choosing where we put your home, the budgets that we put towards it, and ultimately how we share your story both online and through print? Yes. Can we control the negotiation strategy once we have an offer? Yes. And ultimately, can I control the communication and customer service, making sure that you have the exact information you want in the time frame that works best for you? Yes. Is there anything else you feel that I can control as the agent representing you in the sale of this home? They're going to say no. Do you see what just happened there? Role clarity. No one knows what a realtor actually does, so they ask you everything. Now, here's the best part. Now there are things that neither one of us control. Can either one of us control world events? Can either one of us control the local economy? Can either one of us control the stock market? Can either one of us control interest rates? Now, depending on the market, right, you can say, can either one of us control the prices your neighbors are willing to accept for their homes? They're going to say no. And you're going to say, ultimately, it's a partnership. Would you agree between what you can control and what I can control and what no one can control? If it's a market that has a lot of discounts, you could say, can either one of us also control the prices buyers are willing to pay for homes? So if you have a person that wants to price up here and you need to get it there, listen, in the end, it takes all the power. It takes all of the stress and combativeness of comps and talking to people and all of these things away from you. You know, I always share the story about Ben Glazer. Ben Glazer used to be, was previously the #1 small team in America. And Ben is known for selling downtown apartments in Manhattan, very high-end client, and is known for his pitch. And I remember telling him, I'm like, listen, no one really knows what they're talking about, and everyone has different things they could do better. This is one of them. He used this with a client, and he made $200,000 in literally 5 minutes. You can reach out to him. He's in Manhattan. He'll share the story with you. Marketing. Everyone needs a marketing calendar because there's perceived value and actualized value. Perceived value is what we feel we offer people. Actualized value is what they feel they get. So when you're pitching against people, especially if you're in San Francisco going against other Compass agents, we all have the same things with their own unique twist. We have 4 custom marketing plans that we built for the agents here. They're different than what you get at Compass, and all of them are built into these editable keynote templates. So you're able to effectively pitch the value of your marketing and exactly what you do to your clients. It's important for them to be aligned because then your expectations are both on the same page. Now, a communication plan. You know, I can give everyone this plan, but if you don't have how to frame the conversation, it's not going to work. Because if you frame a conversation based on someone's present belief systems and value, and then share in the context of what you offer, it'll make sense to them. So you generally want to go through an example, and I always like to use the cell phone. It's something that's not terribly expensive. It's something that has significant value. And I'd ask them, I'd say, look, just indulge me before we talk about, you know, our written communication plan. Let me ask you a few questions. I'm going to say, sure. Would you ever drop your cell phone off to a place where you didn't know what days the business was open or closed? No. Would you want to work with the same service that you didn't know their hours of operation? No. And knowing that you're a business professional and that you need after-hours appointments, if they didn't have a clear after-hours policy of how you can get in touch with them or make an appointment, would you feel comfortable? No. And ultimately, would you feel confident knowing that there was no way to have an emergency policy to reach out to them? God forbid you had access to the phone. You can say no. You can say, look, that's something as simple as servicing your cell phone. We want to ensure that that same experience doesn't happen when selling your home. So how often would you like us to communicate with you? You notice there's not an option that says daily. It says weekly, biweekly, monthly. What's your preferred method of communication? Phone, email, text, WhatsApp, video conferencing? A lot of people are opting for video conferencing. And so what would you like updates on? The number of showings, showing feedback, market updates, which is collections, and updates on marketing results. They'll all say all of them. And you're going to say it's really, and now this is how you stop all these ad hoc calls. You're going to say it's really important for us to align that these are the 4 drivers in you making any kind of financial decision. And for me to talk about one without having the other 3 and all the other information is irresponsible, because I don't want to ever influence you on making any kind of financial decision without all the facts. So it's important that we discuss these things weekly on our communication plan, on our communication calls. Now, if you look at this, this goes through where you put your working days, your hours, your after hours policy. It says your personal cell, because people believe that people have work phones and everything, and your clients sign this. Jess uses this one way. Aaron Buckbinder, he's an agent a top agent in Boca, and he uses this as just part of his listing agreement. And clients want structure. All of your clients operate on calendars and like predictable information. You don't want to leave this up to chance. Jess, anything you want to add in?
I just think that this has been such a game changer for me at my listing appointment, because it's almost like, you know, taking control, which is what you're trying to do, right? You're trying to help them make it seamless and easy. So you're taking all the worry away from them having this, you know, having the understanding of when we're going to communicate, what we're going to communicate about. And everybody knows that selling and buying is such an emotional process. So the fact that people are going to start getting nervous or start getting overwhelmed and want to text all the time, you can always go back to this and say like, well, we spoke about this and this is what we wanted. If you want to readjust this, that's fine, but they signed it, they understand it. So it also protects you a little bit to help keep someone that might be being a little bit neurotic, to slow them down and to like to get out of your own way or whatever the case is.
Exactly. Now, creating leverage, right? So we know that in our checklist, there's 95 steps to an end-to-end client experience. So if you really look at plug and play, these are the types of emails we send. So if you had the Compass Tech video like Jess uses, it would just say, I'm looking forward to meeting you at Tuesday at 5 p.m. to discuss how we can help you achieve your goals in selling your home, plus maximize the equity in the process. One of the questions we hear most is, what's the benefit that Compass technology provides compared to other agents in the market? I want to share this video with you, which will show you some of the advantages you can count on when we work together. They send the video, your admin, anyone can do this. And the email goes out, the video's done. And what we know from hundreds of people who use this, it's the clients literally don't have questions. Do you have any questions on how the technology will benefit you in selling your home potentially faster and for more money? No. And you just keep going. It's done. But now if there's 50, 60, 70, 80 agents on this call, if one agent had this and 79 other people didn't, I guarantee you it would not be as clear to your clients. When you look at a system is built where everything is built together. So one of the challenges that I know in coaching agents is like, how do I do this together? How is the checklist? How do I use all the tools together? What are the emails I send? So literally when you have a system, it's like the New England Patriots. They're a great team because Bill Belichick had the best system. He didn't necessarily have the most talented players. Chris Hogan, who had great years as a wide receiver with Tom Brady playing in the system, was a college lacrosse player. So if you look at any of the great sports teams, they have systems. Getting your time back, communication plans, pre-made templates, a proven process. This is how you structure a business so you have time for things that matter. Because when you're able to account for everything in a transaction, you can play offense. If you're doing things in real time, you have to play defense because everything keeps coming at you. Listing marketing plans. We have 4 different plans for you to choose from, 4 pre-made calendars to share with your clients that you can edit, and they're all plug and play to ready to use now. When we say now, our program launches at the end of August. We have a whole set of bonuses and things we're going to give you today, and we're going to start dripping out content as we get closer, different bonus webinars and things we want to do to help you in your business today. So when you think about done for you, it's literally done for you. The words to say, how to use the tools, how to handle every objection, how to create clients for life, how to stay organized, how to get more out of your operations people and your admins. And look, we know that if you build all of this into one place, you win. Because just like in any great experience you have, if it's a great experience, you want to share it with others. So by being able to document this entire process, it makes your life easier. You earn more money. You have more free time. Your clients are happy. Imagine when people start squeezing commissions and it's like, well, what do you do for your commission compared to another agent? And we have a deliverable that gives you, like I have a 95-step process that maximizes $1 billion technology platform, plus a built-in customer service process for a repeatable and predictable experience that we know our clients love. And you don't have to do anything. Literally, you invest $200 now, all of this stuff, the entire future of coaching is yours. You'll spend $200 going out to dinner. You'll spend $200 on your cell phone. A lot of us spend $200 on the internet every month, depending on the plan, on cable, our subscriptions, a gym membership. The amount of things that people spend $200 on, the list goes on and on. And the thing that I find most amazing, and you'll know that this is speaking to you here, when it comes for an external investment, no, it's only $200. When it comes for an investment of ourselves, people think of spending $200 like they're choosing to give their kidney away, or it's a major life decision. The only thing that you really need to know before committing to this, are you willing to do the work and follow the system? If your focus is on these one-off scenarios, you're never going to get to your full potential. Focus on building a system where people respect you, your time, your role as an advisor, the value you have to offer. Because if they don't see the value in this thing from the beginning, they're not going to treat you well, and they're just going to keep pushing you. And so look, to reiterate this again, from initial contact to closing, every tool, every template, every script, every objection, every marketing plan, a roadmap done for you, you hit send. And look, ongoing updates. Look, there are going to be more changes, I feel, in real estate in the next 12 to 18 months in this entire career. If you look at the NAR lawsuit for buyer's agent's commission, they already lost the appeal. The compensatory damages is $43 billion. So if the five large other brokers, none of which are Compass, go to trial and lose, they'll lose $43 billion, which none of them have. They'll go bankrupt. So they have to settle. Once they settle, it becomes case law. It's going on in a second state. And what we know is when things happen in multiple states, people are going to be preying on this. It will never, ever end. So here's the best part about this. Going to coaching, and people ask, what's the difference between this and our playbook program? Playbook programs are strategy program. I could show you how to look at your business, how to segment your business, how to track your spending, how to build a system on finding Google alerts, information for your clients, sending them in emails. It's strategy. You have to learn the principles that we're sharing and then look at your business and apply all the specific steps that we give you. This is plug and play. And what I believe is every single person needs a foundation of their business. You're never going to stop pitching sellers. You're never going to stop pitching buyers. You're never going to have to stop sharing your value proposition. You're never going to have to stop fighting for your commission. Just imagine in a year from now, if you just learned one system. When you do the same thing over and over and over again, consistency creates confidence. Confidence creates results. We had an agent sign up the other day, and she said to me, I don't have a listing yet, but I think my idea is smart, Chirag. I said, well, what's your idea? She goes, I might as well learn this whole thing because what you shared is in the last 5.5 weeks, you've gone in front of 2,000 agents. Only 12 of them practice their pitch 5 hours or more. So if I learn this, by the time I go on my first listing appointment, I'm going to have limitless confidence and a quantifiable way to share what I do. And I said, that's a good investment because the numbers are in your favor. So look, we wanted to make this simple for everybody. And we also wanted to give you things that you can use today to make money in your business. So here are the 5 bonuses you get for signing up now. This, I think, to me is the most valuable one. It's how to answer the 4 questions every sellers want to know when choosing an agent. What makes you different than other agents? If you answer this question the wrong way, it literally turns into a boxing match. What a seller wants to know is, do you have the things that I'm looking for in an agent? So instead of just asking you the question, they're not trained in sales. They don't know how to get exactly what they want. So what makes you different? And that's how they think about it. What exactly will you do to market my home and get me the best price? How will you price my home? And what is your plan for communication? By knowing how to answer these 4 questions, you'll be able to set yourself apart. We give you all the materials. We show you how to pitch. We show you how to practice, and you'll start winning more listings today. The second bonus, the Compass technology video. We'll give you the raw file of the video, and we encourage you to make your own intro and outro. So that's something Jess is working on with her videographer on how to make a few different versions of it, depending on who her client is, to be able to send it out. She'll have one version for her pitch, one in a pre-pitch, and one to send after a pitch. Bonus 3. And by the way, with the tech video, we give you all the email templates to use. The written communication plan. We give you the script on how to present it, how to use it, as well as it's branded in black and white. And you just have to drop your logo in. The keys to an effective partnership. That's the branded you control, I control, no one controls. The scripts on how to use it. Then how do you share the market versus talk at someone about the market, and all the common objections that come up through pricing and how to answer all of them. Bonus 5, it's the perfect pitch online training program. Now, all of these are 3 to 5 minute videos. You'll have lifetime access to this program, even if you discontinue your membership. And it's a comprehensive training on how to actually pitch Compass. So I believe it's one of the best programs we've ever made. It's not something we've ever publicly sold. It's been a members only benefit. Now, there are two types of memberships. One is the 5K Lifetime Legacy Founding Member. Now, these are people that see a great value in coaching. They understand that even at $200 in a year, they're going to spend $2,400 and they can pay once. They want to give coaching, if they're a team, to their entire team or staff. They also want the ability to create repeatable and predictable 5-star experiences. It's the greatest ROI you'll ever have on a one-time investment. And look, I don't know how many people know how NFTs work, but I always believe, just like the founding agents at Compass, the people who are the founding agents in our program can get all different types of surprise and delights, exclusive webinars. We'll be doing private business trainings for these people. So as the year goes on and we see what the unique challenges are, this is something different we'll only do for founding members. So whether you're a team leader, an individual agent, or a team member, you can have access to this offer. And look, the nice part is, if you want to recruit or retain people, offering paid coaching is one of the best ways to do it. So we'll be building out materials that you can put in your pitch decks. And look, if you're an individual agent, just know that your business changes. Today, you might not want a team. In the future, might want to have a team, and this can help you build your team. So there's up to 10 seats in this membership for an entire group, but they all have to be in one group. It can't be 5 people in an office that are all friends. The monthly membership. If you just want to grow your business using the Compass tools, you want scripts to win every listings, know how to answer every objections, new marketing plan, a done-for-you system, getting your time back, taking more listings at your price, an improved client experience to get more referrals, and ultimately structured communication to create the best client experience, this is it. And if I were an agent, just like the people that came to Compass 5, 6, 7 years ago, I'm locking in my price, or I'm paying once for all of these other coaching programs. So when we have an event planner, for example, we're going to give you event templates, the emails, the invitations, how to send calendar invites, the playbooks, how to run every different kind of client event, the handwritten notes, the emails to send out after, done. CRM, we could build out every different process on how to effectively use your CRM. But one of the things I know in what the future is, if you're doing lead generation, you need to know how to generate the leads. You need to know how to organize and keep track of the information in your CRM. And then you need an email marketer to show you how to convert those people. When our entire team is built this way, all of these people work together. And the way coaching is now, it's 3 different programs, and it's on you to put it together. So look, you can have $10,000 for $10,000 in bonuses for an investment of $200 today. For those of you that are doing the monthly offer, you invest once today and you don't make your next payment till September. You can use 10 by 10 funds, coaching dollars. If through AIP you got any kind of marketing funds, you can use those, or you can just invest in yourself. So if you look at it, our first tier is almost closed for the first 500 people. It will go up to 250, 300, 350, and it caps out at $500. So if you really look at it, every tier goes up, and the people that get the biggest advantages are buying now in the beginning. Look, we have 1,000+ agents community. We'll be hosting eventually role-playing sessions. We'll have a community manager to help you network. And I can tell you, I will be working for this program for the foreseeable future, and this will be my #1 priority in doing things for you. If we do live coaching, it always creates a gap where you have to implement this stuff. We do these $10,000 VIP days, and I put all this stuff in here because this is what everyone was asking for. Can you do it for me? Can you write an email campaign? How do I delegate to my team? What do I say in the scenario? How do I share the benefits of technology? How do I use the CRM and business tracker together? So Jess, I want to see, if you guys want, you could scan the QR code. The links are in the chat to sign up. The bonuses are good till the end of the day. We dropped the ball last time on this. We don't want to drop it again. So if you're serious about doing this with already hundreds of other agents plus all of our other clients, now's the time. Jess, is there anything else you'd like to share?
I mean, I think that everybody should probably do what I did similarly when we were sitting with Aaron Buckbinder, who's does like, I don't know, $150 million a year. And he's only done that for the last, 2 or 3 years, Chirag. He has systems. And what I didn't have prior to getting into coaching is I didn't have any systems. I thought that I could, add my clients on Instagram and write them happy birthdays. And that's how I could do my follow-ups. I didn't need to do the CRM. I didn't need to do any of that stuff. And I realized that as I grow my business, it's not true. I do need to. And even the other day when I was out showing and I got an accepted offer on a house, my client, who's a friend of mine, wrote me like, what's next? And I was like, this is where the end-to-end program would be perfect, because I could have my director of operations just go in and make sure as soon as we get the accepted offers, he's sending out a template of what is next. So they understand we have a system, we have templates for every single thing, because realistically, we're all running a business. It's not just, you're not just like a fly-by-night agent if you're a Compass, right? So you have these systems in place, and Chirag's providing these templates for me and for my team. And it just shows a level of professionalism that I don't feel like I had prior.
So we'll open this up if anyone wants to ask questions to me or to Jess. Some might be better for her because she's an agent, right? And she can tell you exactly how she uses it. Ray, it's $5,000 you pay one time. Right. I don't know where this 50% off, but if you look at our monthly, which will eventually be $500 when the program launches, it's at $200. So I think if you're using numbers, I think that'd be 60% off. So look, we wanted to make this simple. So Ann has already signed up, and look, you can reach out to Ann. Ann's been in our coaching program for years. And so she can tell you what it's like, the benefits she's gotten, work-life balance. She's come to our events in New York. She's literally been here forever, as long as I can remember. Yes, I don't want to pronounce your name wrong because everyone does my name wrong. It's $5,000 and you never have to pay again, as long as you're an agent of Compass. So that's the only asterisk here. If you leave Compass, your access to our platform is cut off. This is exclusively for Compass agents. And like, look, you have client dashboard that Robert's talked about many times. And he is excited to launch it this year, but it needs all new training. They're going to show you how to hit the buttons, but how do you build it into a strategy? So every time a new Compass tool comes out, within a week, we'll have new training on our platform. And look, in the end of this, I'm a solo agent. If I sign up for the end-to-end, I just pay $200 a month for 6 months. You can drop out after 6 months, Omar. That's not a problem. But here's the thing. This is the way that I look at it. Cable companies invest all their money in net new clients. So the people that are there the longest have the worst deal. The people that are there in the beginning get the best deal. We want to invest all of our money back into the people that are there in the beginning. So the people that are at $200, the way we're going to keep people in this program, we believe forever, is literally as we hit certain tiers, keep hiring employees who are coaches to create more programs. So if you want to build a team, it's like, I'm a solo agent, I want to start a team. That's one program. How do I hire people and build out my team? That's another one. I have an existing team. How do I scale it? That's another one. How do I train my admin? That's another program. How do I use my CRM? That could be 3 or 4 different programs. How do I use marketing real estate? Whether it's postcard marketing, door knocking, that's another program. You see, all of these different things you keep having to spend money on to keep learning, but there's no structure to any of it. It's not built on any foundation. It's run and gun, and you guys keep trying to figure out how to put it together. That's why agents have spent thousands of dollars on coaching and still have the same challenges. So when we talk about single platform, we believe at most, through the end of next year, an agent should pay $500 and they have access to everything. It shouldn't change. There's a seller version and a buyer version. So at most, someone will pay $1,000 and they never have to do a coaching program. And we believe the only reason after that to do coaching is an individual coach to tailor the experience to you. That's it. 3 colleagues cannot share the $5,000 program. You all have to be on the same team.
I think Vicky has a question.
Who does?
Vicky.
Vicky, shoot.
Let's unmute her. Oh, there.
Thank you. First of all, I think you're terrific. I have been following you since I've been at Compass for the last 3 years. And you're always engaging without being too pushy. I really like your style. So are you part of, I know you're giving us all these templates, but how much are you engaged in the program? That's my one question. And my number two question is, committing to the $5,000 I'm trying to figure out, why do I do that? So I need a little salesmanship on your part to say
There's
this.
no salesmanship. We'll have a
But
conversation.
I mean, in the Chirag way,
Yes. Look, here's the two things. So how am I part of this program? So I used to have literally 70 some odd one-on-one coaching clients. And I realized the only way that I could help everybody was literally take the same stuff. Thank God we have a good community. Jess and her mastermind people, they spend $25,000 a year on some of this information. I want to be able to take my time and literally sit in an office and listen to what all of you guys say and make stuff. So if there's a new objection, I want to be able to make a video and share it with all of you, right? But if all of my time is trapped in these ongoing Zoom sessions every single week, I can sit in an hour and make a whole bunch of stuff that 3,000 people can use, and you literally could plug and play. However, I will be on this program with bonus webinars. If there's market shift things that come up, those things I will be doing 100%. So my role in this program is more to be able to provide you the ongoing support that you need based on what we see. If I commit to 1, 2, 3, 4 sessions a week, my ability to spend that same time literally doing work that you could use with your clients is gone. And that was the challenge that we ran into. So it's not that I'm never going to do a live training, but it's not like if you sign up and you want to see me, Mondays and Tuesdays on your screen, and you want the motivation, you want the content, you want the strategy, sign up for the playbook. Now, in terms of $5,000, I always tell people this: look, you're betting on yourself. If you can do the work, the numbers in the chart are really simple. They work for you. Right? And you have a lifetime to get an ROI back on this. If this is going to put you into debt, this is going to make you uncomfortable, I don't really care, because the things that scare you the most are the things we need to lean into. Right? So are you an individual agent? Are you a team leader? What is the type of business you have? You have to unmute yourself.
Saying, okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm a team leader.
Perfect. How many team members do you have?
How many do we have, Karen? 8 or 9.
So now you're going to spend $5,000 one time. Every person is going to have a repeatable, predictable experience. You're not going to have to worry like, well, I'm sending a lead to somebody. What are they going to do with the client? Your staff members can be more engaged because we could train them for you. And literally every time you recruit, by the time the program launches, we'll have things for you to put in your recruiting book that you can just keep getting more agents. And being in coaching is part of your value proposition. So as time goes on, and the program for the seller version is $500, you're literally offering somebody $6,000 worth of paid coaching a year to be on your team.
Sold.
And you don't, I know Chirag doesn't love when I talk about it, but the community that Chirag has just in this call right now is always an advantage. Like I see Ray on the call, who him and I have mutual friends from when I went to college in Florida. Like this community is it's so cool to see you on here. Like it's a community in itself that you're going to get the support of all of us, the people that are believers in the Chirag community. And there's going to be people that don't understand why investing in it and, want to debate it. And that's all fine too. But I have personally invested in it. This isn't like me sitting here and I didn't spend the money to do it. I'm a true advocate for Chirag. It has truly changed my business, helped my referral network, helped me stay organized, helped all the things that I mentioned, the communication plan, how I pitch, but also this community. And he will continue to throw on things, that we can all get together that are in the NTN program, whether it be a Zoom or something like this.
I love this.
Chirag works.
Like, you guys know, anyone that's followed me for a while, you could always tell I come with high energy, passion. The chances of me sitting locked away in an office for the rest of my life are zero, right? Like I love being in front of people and sharing, and I draw inspiration from all of you, even through the most challenging times of my life last year, right? So, I want to make sure that I can do the best for everybody. And look, it's not right for everybody. And that's fine. Like when you look at the future of what we want, we're literally going to hire one employee, Vicky, that her whole job is a community manager, how to build networking groups, how to connect people. And their whole job is how do you guys get referrals from each other and learn from each other's businesses?
No, but
Look, money cannot ever be the barrier to having a good life. That's what I believe, right? So as I've worked with a lot of top agents, the biggest challenge that I've had is I get pigeonholed as someone that can only work with people that have tens of thousands of dollars. And I don't want to do that. I want to be able to give this information to everyone. So we're 7 minutes past, and this is what I know. The people on here are wondering, is this right for me? Am I going to be able to use it? Will I really get an ROI? And look, you'll get an ROI as soon as you sign up for the bonuses, because I'm going to teach you how to pitch. I'm going to give you the scripts. You'll have a communication plan. You'll be able to get more listings at your price, and you'll have that video to use to share the value of technology. And my team will be able to say when they're sending these things out. The program starts August 23rd. And when the program starts, there are 8 live technology training sessions a week. 8. And that's how to use the Compass technology in context of our system. And there'll be a portion that will teach part of the system, and there'll be live Q&A at the end of each one of those sessions. Thank you, Vicky. So does anyone else have any other questions? I'm going to take the QR code down, and if you have a question, unmute yourself and ask. There's still 50 people here, so you're here for a reason. All right, you have to tell me how I pronounce your name first.
And I'm so afraid that I'm going to say yours wrong. It's Moira. You pretend that the I's not there. Unless you watch Schitt's Creek, then she says Moira. So, but I answered both.
Moira. Okay, Moira. How can I help you?
So I don't have, I'm sort of on a team. That's the only way I could get into Compass. And, but I, eventually want to build my own team. So would it, moving forward, if I hire somebody under me, would they be eligible to have access to?
100%. So here's how the legacy membership works. Even if you're an individual, anyone that falls under your team at Compass, whether it's today or 10 years from now, you can add them. This is not one of these like fly by the night. If you have a team, add all the people now. And if you have somebody later, there's an upsell, right? If you get past 10 seats, like some people, one of our agents in our mastermind, she has like 18 people. So she bought 2 lifetime legacy members. She's like, I want to buy 20 seats. I'm going to use them. I'm going to recruit. I'm going to grow. It's up to 10 seats, right? So the nice part is for people that are legacy members, if they need to buy another 10, we'll give you the opportunity to do it at 5K again. Where everyone else it's individual pricing. There will not be a team pricing model for this program. Does that help answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Brenda, unmute yourself.
Hi,
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm going to say this to you in like the most direct, loving way. Look, for us, it's better if you do $400 a month, right? Like you can know the numbers and how subscription model works. At the end of 1 year, you'll spend the same amount that you two will spend for your entire life.
Yeah, I did the math. So after 12 months, it's the same price as if we started with the 200. And then if we have a team member or maybe even a secretary that comes on our team, would that person be eligible as well?
Anybody, staff, team members. One of the biggest benefits is for when you want to hire somebody, agents have no idea how to delegate. So this literally does it for you. And we'll have a section, and we're working with some of the top teams in the country that are sharing with us how they would use this for their admins and what they need for us. So it'll be built and delivered to you in the beginning. So it's like if you hire a staff member, and this is now why I think you can start leveraging VAs, which traditionally anyone knows, like I'm very against VAs because we don't have good expectations of them, the language barrier, but when it's copy, paste, hit the button, it's very easy to do.
Yeah, and my biggest drawback in my business is not having a system. and something to go to. And I'm always struggling with, oh my gosh, no, how am I going to get that content out? Where am I going to find that? Oh, let me go into business track. Let me go into marketing. Where's that? And the next thing you know, I've spent 6 hours trying to figure out one thing.
Yeah, look, in the end, our goal is to keep figuring out what we can do for you so you don't have to figure it out. An interesting statistic is if you earn $500,000 in GCI, it's $238 an hour your time's worth. So like if you're looking at it as $200 a month worth it, if you save and you earn $500,000 in GCI, an hour a month this saves you, you get a return on it. So does that answer your question? Please don't waste $400 a month if you could afford to make the investment of 5K. And look, the legacy members, like I know this year, like I already have it planned out. For our legacy members, I'm going to do a super exclusive private business planning session, right? And I'll show you how to use your business plan. And there are different things like that that are included because I believe, look, people that are in this for a lifetime are in it for a lifetime, right? So it's just a different membership tier and different benefits.
Good point. Thank you.
So Ali said, does the 5K legacy deal expire? Absolutely. As like a business model and being direct, like we're going to get a large group of people in this. For the buyer version and the seller version, there's a certain amount that we have. I think we're maybe at halfway or further. And I'm continuing to do these. There'll be more and more webinars. Once the deal is done and we hit our capacity for a number, that's it. There will not ever be an offer like this again. It's not like, hey, holiday special. It goes back to the individual memberships. And by the time we hit 2,000 people or when the program launches, it'll be $500 a month. So Craig, this is not a lead generation program, but what we know is this, and Jess could speak this too, is when you create great experiences for your clients, it's really easy to get referrals. But what I can promise you is we are going to hire a lead generation employee, and that person will have all these different programs in generating lead. It's the same way that Compass was going to build the single platform. Are there opportunities for practicing the scripts? 100%. We're really good at building community. And we will have self-elected leaders that we find throughout time that will want to role play and practice. I could and for more was for who was on before asking me how am I going to do it? I would love to do a webinar that says, hey, everyone show up here wants an accountability and role play partner. Here's how you do it. Find a partner. We'll break you up into Zoom rooms, things like that. So Amy said, would the 5K program include the buyer when it becomes available? No, they're two completely different programs. So I think we've had like 50 or 60 agents already buy the buyer and seller program because they said that, and their words were, we know you're going to add more things. And when the buyer program comes, you're going to have a bunch of these other coaches and they're going to sell even faster. So they had 10 by $10 or they had incentives or whatever it is from Compass, and they just made the investment. So the buyer and seller are two completely different programs. The buyer will be finished and launched in fall, winter of this year. Does anyone else have any other questions? All right, so look, we're going to send out an email and maybe 1 or 2 emails for anyone on this webinar. All of the bonuses expire today and that's it.
Quick question.
Yep, go ahead.
So when the buyer program launches and we become a legacy partner, will that be included in our program or is that separate?
The buyer and seller are two completely different programs.
Okay.
However, when the buyer program launches, the legacy members of this program, before we publicly offer any buyer legacy offerings outside of what we're doing now of pre-sale, will be offered to you guys all first.
Thank you.
So I'm going to put Jess's email in here. And look, I am her coach and friend, and I would not be a good friend if I didn't do this. If you have a referral in Westchester, Fairfield County, she's a great person to connect with. She's an awesome human, a dog lover, and somebody that I would say wants to see good in everything in the world. If she could save every person in the world, she could. She's just an awesome human. And look, she took an hour plus of her time to be here. Can't tell you how many different people she talks to. And that really speaks to the value of the community. When you see people take their own time to share something that's been so helpful, I would say, listen. And look, in the end, I believe everyone should be in some form of coaching. You know, when Serena Williams won her 3rd Grand Slam, she didn't stop practicing, she practiced more. When Kobe Bryant won a championship, he keeps going back. If Michael Jordan, Serena Williams, Kobe Bryant, Robert Refkin, Rory Gallagher all use coaches, why shouldn't all of us? Coaching is a competitive advantage. When can we add or sign up for the buyer program? You can sign up now. You can sign up for the monthly option, or you can sign up for the lifetime legacy option. So Andrew, let's make sure we include that in the email going out. And if anyone has any other questions, please let me know. This is the last chance to answer them. Look, I'll put my email. If you're on the fence, personally email me. I'll write back to you. We believe that this will grow every single person's business. So my name is Chirag Shah. Thank you so much for spending an hour plus with me. And look, even if you decide not to move forward, which I hope you don't, use the stuff that we shared today. Take a breath, knowing that the life and business you want is possible. There are hundreds of agents doing it, and you can do it too. The market is as challenging as ever before, which means there's more opportunity than ever before. Perspective and context are the most important things we have. I believe in people, possibilities, and opportunities. I believe people are the strongest, most resilient things in the world. We all have endless possibilities, and the opportunities are ever around us. You know, what you choose to focus on expands. So I hope you focus on the opportunities, the growth potential you have, and ultimately be your own hero, unlock your promise, keep the promises you make to yourself because there's magic in them. And as always, with love in my heart, I love you all. I'll see you guys soon. Bye, everybody. And yes, there's a copy of the recording going out.